Disclaimer: the following program features language not suitable for all audiences, and the expressed opinions found within this program are a reflection of those who feature on the PopCulture Effect podcast. Welcome to the PopCulture Effect. I'm Rockin Rob, and on this show I bring my closest friends together to talk about all of the news happening in our pop culture world around us. Welcome to an episode that I wasn't supposed to be a part of, but they keep pulling me back in.
You wish.
I mean, I love being a part of these.
You're just here. You force yourself to be here.
Yeah. Anyways.
I asked. You weren't forced. I asked, and you said yes.
Well, yeah, obviously, because I love being a part of the recordings. God. Anyways.
So stop being a bitch, baby.
Shut up! Oh my god, let me get to my diatribe, because there's a little bit of an intro I gotta go into, because I was gonna do it as a pre-record from future Bobbert, but now I'm present Bobbert.
Howdy.
When I'm editing, it'll be past Bobbert. But anyways,
And then you'll be future Bobbert, but you'll also be present Bobbert at the time.
and regardless of what Bobbert I am, I will always be a...
Bitch.
Thank you very much. Anyways, so as we go into this next stage, as you can tell... You know what? Let's see. All right, you're going in timeout for a second. All right, so let me get into this intro where go to the timeout corner. Anyways, as you can tell, the episodes may not be as long as they used to be. That's because life happened, and we have to
I blame
combine.
Bobbert can't handle it.
No, I can handle it. It's
can't
just
handle it.
this was an
Always
inevitability.
comes up.
We were eventually going to need to do this anyways.
What the f*** in the notes?
Don't worry about
What
it.
is this? Is that San Francisco's bridge?
What are you even talking about?
What are
right
you
now?
talking about?
What?
I'm looking at
doesn't
the
matter.
topic list. I'm looking at the topic list like backdrop. It's all instead of the typical standard page
the
bullshit.
Oh, whatever, dude. I wanted to make it new for the new format, okay? It makes the topics pop more. Whatever. There was another one I couldn't find. It was like a blue tone that I liked.
wow,
but I didn't
Bobber.
like. Jesus
wow.
Christ, let me start this. We have been needing to limit ourselves to a specific content requirement for time limits for the CJSW network, and this will unfortunately affect the longevity of the episodes in their individual format, but we'll still be uploading every single week, same time, no change, but it may differ on the other networks like Apple Music and like Spotify and on the CJSW network as a whole, but YouTube's pretty much going to stay the same. But yeah, I just wanted to get that little diatribe out of the way because it saves me time with recording it after the fact. But I am here today with my lovely friends, starting with Gemini.
And then as soon as I start editing, we're gonna get into, 2-hour-long episodes
Well,
again.
that's for you to handle.
I guess you're Gemini now.
Yeah, you're Gemini
Yeah.
now.
Hey, what up?
All right, and we got Menace.
Howdy. Hello.
Hey.
That wasn't your... If you're the one answering for Gemini, why would you also be the one... I hate everything about this recording. All right, let me restart that. I am here with all my friends today with Gemini.
Hello.
I was literally pointing at your little
I was-
goddamn thing. I was like, don't you
about
fucking dare. I am here with Sunset.
Hey yo.
Oh, did I... Okay, and I'm here with Menace.
Howdy.
That wasn't all right. So we are here today
Hey, ball.
with a lot of stuff to go over.
You don't need to redo everything.
No, I'm not redoing it. We're keeping it. We're keeping everything in.
perfectionist because he's such a diva.
I am a diva only in the radio realm. I'm an audio diva.
Bring out your
Actually, no, I'm an audio
further
queen.
coat.
I'm not a diva.
feather coat, not feather.
Anyway,
Furry
A
coat?
radio diva.
whatever. Radio diva.
the radio killed the radio star. Okay, I'm gonna stop, but because we got a lot to go over, and the first thing I want to talk about, because holy shit, I'm surprised we never talked about this when this first came out, but Subset, what the actual Christ is going on with this new horror cinematic universe? Because I know there was a Dark Horse universe that was supposed to have Frankenstein and the werewolf and Dracula, but that died a horrible death. So what is going on with this new version with all of our childhood wonders becoming horrible, horrifying monsters?
Well, our favorite childhood friends are becoming killers. Yay!
So everybody, are you? Dude, it may be dumb, but in my eyes, this is the new scary movie trend. All right, this is gonna be the perfect universe ever.
Okay, I could see that, but it's like Scary Movie knew that they weren't an actual scary
Yeah, it's
movie.
supposed to be a
These ones are like
These are
trying to
genuine.
be scary.
Yeah, but the thing is, you already know what to expect with the title and the theme here. All right.
This is one of
Like-
the movies called The Pooniverse.
No, it's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
No, I know, but like,
Winnie the Pooh, Blood.
yeah, here, this is upset. Go through the catalog of what they're planning with this.
If they actually called it the Pooniverse, I'm gonna be very upset.
Well, I don't think it's called the Poohverse. They're calling it the public domain universe, shit like that. Because all these things they're using are in public domain. That's why all these movies are being made, bro.
Because, dude, and just imagine, and this is just gonna be a little tiny side tangent. Imagine how many more of these would have existed if Disney didn't perpetuate an extension on the life cycle for public domain. Like that's all I wanted to add.
Like, obviously it all started with the Winnie the Pooh one. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's the first one it came out, and then wasn't there like, other than this universe, didn't they make like a similar parody to like the Grinch?
Yeah,
They've made
the mean one.
Like, that one didn't pop up on this, so maybe that's in its own little universe? Ooh.
It seems like it, yeah.
But with the current one, it says here, it goes by a lot of different names, like Public Domain Universe, the Twisted Childhood Universe, or the Poohverse.
Yeah, the Pooniverse.
Like, we got the first one already passed, the second one is in production, and then we have Bambi the Reckoning.
Oh, dude, we're gonna see Bambi murder a guy.
No, we're gonna see Alistair's backstory right here and right now.
Oh no, they're gonna show the death of Bambi's mom in full graphic detail.
It's gonna be like a John Wick story, but it's Bambi.
Yep, you killed my dog. You killed my mom.
For Bambi, what do you guys think is gonna be the theme? Because what I thought, like, okay, zombie, like a killer deer resurrected with like zombies.
If it's Bambi's vengeance, I literally think it's gonna be Bambi going against the humans that killed their parents.
A literal deer, unless they do something similar to the Winnie the Pooh.
I was just about to say, is this gonna be like a meme horse
or is it
mask
gonna be
with a deer mask?
No.
It's just a
I know
humanoid?
exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna do the fake deer strat with this movie with Bambi.
What do you mean?
Bambi's gonna be an eldritch being.
Or it's just gonna be some dude in a deer mask.
Or some dude in a deer mask. Well,
there's gonna be somebody that's having like a really hushed, serious tone conversation. They're like, "What beast did this?" And they just whisper, "Bambi." It's just like you.
after that, we have the Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, which the Peter Pan one, I was
Peter Pan is already
waiting
a horror
for
movie.
a horror.
He kidnaps those children.
For this one, I will finally able to see Peter Pan's sadistic, murderous tendencies with children. Because
I just want him to. I want the way that he's able to retain his youth is that he has to absorb the souls of children.
I mean, that's oddly Pacific. It feels like that. Were you in this writing booth? Were you the one helping with this universe?
No.
Like, out of the, then we have Pinocchio Unstrung.
Dude. I can't wait.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, of course they sound stupid.
All this is all parody. This is the whole point. That's why I was making the comparison with like Scary Movie, but in the way of horror.
But they don't try to be parody. Like I've seen Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and they tried to make it an actual horror movie.
Yeah,
like it wasn't a joking way about it.
I think they should.
Dude, that's the whole
they
point.
should commit to
you
it,
already
though.
know what to expect. The moment you hear, "Oh, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey," a horror movie of Piglet and Winnie the Pooh.
Because they could have.
That's all you get. That's the whole parody. It's a serious parody. Come on.
They could have made it a schlocky comedy horror like Scary Movie, but I think it's good that we're getting this commitment to
like legit. Horror. They decided to throw this idea and they're committing to it. That's perfect. And then we have the last one, the Poohverse Monsters Assemble, which I don't know if that's the actual move they're gonna do.
Oh, it's literally
with the title.
It's gonna be an Avengers parody.
Like, oh my!
Is that actually gonna be like the?
Oh, it's gonna be a crossover. It's gonna be the big build-up crossover.
It's just gonna be Winnie the Pooh,
Oh, yeah.
Piglet, Bambi, Peter Pan, Pinocchio, getting their revenge on the people who fought them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
oh yeah. It's
this
gonna be
whole
great.
universe is gonna bring a grade A, maybe audio, ideas, and just memeable bullshit.
Maybe.
And then we're gonna have a Sonic the Hedgehog subspace emissary moment right at the end, and the mean one is
Okay.
gonna make an appearance. And we're
Okay.
gonna have everybody
Okay,
here.
my co-host, it's okay. That's never gonna happen. You're still in denial on that.
And
He's got the copium.
I want the Grinch to be just I don't know, man. You know, in hindsight, I'm really regretting not saying Mickey Mouse instead of the Grinch, but oh well. I want there to be like a million of these movies because they're all terrible, but they're all amazing in their own way because we could just laugh at how terrible they are.
Well, I wouldn't even say they
want
were
any of
terrible.
these.
They were like, in terms in movies, it's okay and decent. I give it legit 6.5 out of stars out of 10.
No.
Purely because of the consummate how
6.5 out of
fucking
stars.
yeah.
Oh.
Dude,
That's
like other than making, because I remember the rumor. Didn't they say they were doing like a Cat in a Hat one too?
There was talk
And-
about
Oh
that one. Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Can they get Michael Myers for it?
God, yeah, all they gotta do is have him dressed back up in that damn suit.
And done.
Yo, that would actually low key sell so many tickets.
Like for in my personal opinion, I think this is this is something like wacky, something you shouldn't be taking all serious,
Which is
and
funny by the
whatnot.
contrast to the fact that they're trying to take this seriously.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's a double whammy of entertainment, bro. Like, come on.
Okay, all right, Jesus Christ! Oh
There's
my God!
one way to look at it.
That was like the most AI I've ever heard your voice sound. Okay, guys, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, it's gonna be fantastical.
Dude, I just know these are gonna be torn apart. These are gonna be torn apart by critics. They're gonna be laughed
I don't give
at.
a about critics, dude. They have no merit in movies. It's all about the people who actually decide to waste their hours in all these movies constantly.
It's all about the people who.
The real critics, the people. Powers of the people,
And
folks.
we all know the people really know what they want. They
they want parody movies. All the parody movies. Dude, this brings me back to the Mickey Mouse bullshit.
I'm sorry, but the only thing I think of when you say that is the Mickey cartoon from I think Johnny
Oh my
Echo.
We're
god.
on recording.
I censor those words.
Bitch.
Well, not that one.
What about you, Gemini? What's your 2 bits on this big ass
Yeah, from the
parody
artist
horror
herself. The artist
gonna be
formerly
honest.
known as Gemini.
I'm gonna be honest, I have not been paying attention. All I caught was the Pooniverse, something about the Grinch.
Okay, keep going, keep going. You're perfect, Trin.
Mickey the So
Oh yeah. So basically, all of our childhoods are being turned into horrifying monsters for schlocky, terrible, so bad they may be good, but probably still gonna be bad horror movies.
Hey, okay, you're just saying that because you're biased, okay?
Dude, with the subtitles like Pinocchio Unstringed, Peter, or I almost said Peter
Unstrung.
Parker.
Get it right.
Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, Bambi's Reckoning, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Like, dog, these are gonna be so
Yeah, the
bad, they're
titles
good.
aren't really McWow, but dude, you can't just
McWow.
Don't you mean
you just
wow?
can't just write it off because like the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey, as much shit you can give it, set
Apparently it's
pieces
an
and
upgrade.
atmosphere, good. It's good. They're actually giving a damn on that.
Apparently, they actually upgraded it from the first, so.
Like I like the commitment. I like the attempt going on. I want to see more of these because this is just pure dumbassery in the terms of parodies, and I love it. I'm all here for it. I need more movies like this. I need them to be serious, but not serious at the same time.
That's a
You
very
try to
tight
be
line.
serious so I can laugh at them, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Either laugh at them or actually find yourself entertained other than laughter. Sometimes you just need a good slasher fic, and if it has to be parodies, so be it. Can't wait to see Bambi, Peter Pan, Pinocchio all coming together with Winnie and Pooh and Piglet for a horror universe. universe.
I will say that, like, disregarding, like, the icons for slasher
They actually
flicks,
killed Piglet in the first one, if I remember correctly.
spoilers.
It's been out for at least 3 years.
Yeah,
it's
no,
fine.
nobody's gonna watch it. But yeah, like, with, putting aside all the classic horror slasher characters, like, I feel like we've had kind of a drought when it comes to, like, actual, like, slasher films that aren't, like, purposefully made to be shitty. I feel like these have an intent to be good, but they will just turn out really funny and over the top. But
Yeah, because they're hit character.
yeah, but it's not Bill Goldberg being a murderous Santa Claus.
Potato.
I mean, I'm excited just to see that one sweeping angle shot of all the monsters doing their Avengers pose.
It's all
Oh my
coming
God.
with the other than I can't wait to get more. I can't wait for the second phase of this.
Oh
horror-
no, we're not
horror
getting
movie
multiple
universe.
phases. Oh.
I can't wait for a ruined childhood endgame.
Oh no.
The Poover's
No, that's gonna be the rise of Dumbo.
The rise of
Endgame.
Dumbo.
All ears but can't hear.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Oh my god. All right, before we
No,
go.
no, no. I got a better one. I got a better one.
I got a better one. Wait.
Hear no evil. Hear no evil. Be no evil. There you go. Because
That's the
big
tame
ears.
one. That's the one expected. Come on, you can be a little bit creative.
I feel like my first one was honestly more creative.
Yeah, you just shot yourself. Come on, that's it. Go back to the editing corner.
So are you gonna are you done
No.
with the topic or?
No, I need to talk about
fair
about this
enough. Oh,
masterpiece
okay.
of a cinematic
No.
universe.
He needs to talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Now that I'm keeping in.
Going from a new cinematic universe,
wait,
a potential.
No, just wait a couple years. We may see a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. You know? Wait.
No.
Wait a minute.
no.
Wait,
You
we already-
mean another one?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
no, the
game
last
was
one didn't really
right, the
do
game was-
all too well. Okay,
I'm dumb, okay.
I highly doubt we're gonna get another one
I mean, there
because
was
no one can't do it right. The only one that is like okay was
that he was talking about a game that's based off of a
Shut
movie.
up! Shut up! I thought everybody would just be able to pass by without
Nope.
noticing my stupidity, but you called me out.
Oh, we're recording, Bobbert. I always gotta call you out.
You don't need to. It is recorded, so you don't need to.
I mean, I'm gonna hear you call yourself out while you're editing this
got
anyway.
you clipped. So suck.
Huh?
Oh, Angel's just being weird.
It's your move.
My move. What does that even mean? My move.
Because I tried to do this
so-
earlier.
Everybody
This is
tried
gonna
to
be
do.
so trash because it's gonna be so trash because we're all talking over each other.
No, it's been
Yeah.
fine. It's just.
Are you sure
You
it's
need-
fine, good sir?
Well, it would be fine if you
Because
moved
I'm
on.
trying to do it, but you keep adding something
It's
in
silence.
after me.
What do you mean? I talk when there's silence. Sorry, I'm shutting up.
No, keep talking. Now I can't say it. I'm kidding.
Right.
Going for a potential of a universe as this horror movie, the verse. Or whatever
Don't
you
call
want.
it that.
Goddamn.
Don't call it that.
We're going to some more major news to a really big game. Gemini, would you like to talk about Lotharion's speech on DLC or even a fourth game?
Well, one, it's Larian, not Lotharian. But
Lotharion.
tragically, there will be no Baldur's Gate 3 DLC expansions, or there won't be a future Baldur's Gate 4. During the GDC, the Game Developers Conference on March 21st of this year, Larion Studios founder Sven Venetian, I don't know, he had pretty much released and stated that Larion was not going to be doing anything else in relation to Baldur's Gate. In fact, they're completely moving away from Dungeons and Dragons entirely, and they're going to leave the IP back in the hands of Wizards of the Coast, which is the publisher of Dungeons and Dragons, which is kind of a sad thing because, they did really well on Baldur's Gate 3. It won Game of the Year for last year. It's an amazing game. I still haven't even beaten it yet because just how massive it is. Larian did a really good job, and it is sad to hear that they are no longer going to be working on Baldur's Gate and they're putting it to rest. But at the same time, I'm not surprised, for one, and two, maybe it's for the best, because sometimes when a company does latch on to an IP and try to milk it for everything that it's worth, it kind of ends up making it sour. I'm looking at you, Bethesda and Skyrim. Looking at you, God Howard. Anyway.
Always.
At you, Call
Skyrim
of
forever,
Duty.
even though I haven't played the game.
Yeah, honestly. But like, so yeah, there will be no DLC for Baldur's Gate 3, and from how it seems like there won't be a Baldur's Gate 4, at least from Larian. It is entirely possible that Hasbro, who owns Wizards of the Coast, might end up looking for another developer in the future if they do wish to go down the path of a Baldur's Gate 4, because the first two games weren't made by Larian, they were made by BioWare. So it's possible that they could go back to BioWare if they manage to pull their head out of their ass and, you know, start doing well, and also if EA, you know, stops keeping their f***ing chain so goddamn tight. But I don't
You're
know.
asking a lot.
I know, that means they'd have to contend with EA, and I don't know if Hasbro would want to contend with EA. I wouldn't want to contend with EA. But I wouldn't... Apparently last month, it was revealed that Baldur's Gate 3 made Hasbro $90 million. They did amazing off of the game, but they pretty much, Larian came out and said they're going to clean their hands off of Baldur's Gate 3. They're going to give it back to Wizards of the Coast and, you know, and everything. And I'm fine with that. They did a really good job. It's very obvious that they put a lot of care, time, and effort into this game. And that's all I can ask for from this studio, is that they did that. Yeah, did the game have its little hiccups here and there? Did they change some things from the base core rules of D&D? Of course they did. They had to do what they could because they were translating it from a tabletop game that is usually with paper and pencils in your imagination to a 3D realm space. So of course there were limitations. Of course they had to change some things, you know, but I still think they did an amazing job, and I'm still happy for what they have made and the time that they put into it, because this took a long time for them to make.
And this has been like from like critics and stuff too. It's been like the best rendition of D&D in a video game format.
Oh yeah, it has been. I'd say so. Apparently the physical copy, because I guess you can get physical copies of this game, 4 discs. That's how big this game is. One.
Oh damn.
Wait, it's 4 discs?
Yeah, if you get the physical copy, it's a 4-disc stinker.
Worth it.
Stinker? Is that the actual term?
No, it's what I use. But apparently, one of the reasons could be that they're moving away from D&D is it's entirely possible that they want to go back to their original IP, which is Divinity Original Sin. And due to the fact that they aren't as big as a lot of these other companies that can mass produce a lot of games at the same time, I'm not surprised then if that's the case, where, you know, they want to go back to what they were known for. They want to go back to their baby. And that's fine. That's completely fine. Divinity Original Sin is a good game. I haven't played much of it because they're just as big, but from what I have played, especially the second one, that's a really good game. So honestly, if that's what they want to do, if they want to go back to their baby, more power to them, in my opinion. I hope if Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast do end up finding another developer to make a 4th Baldur's Gate game, or even if they just, not even Baldur's Gate, they just stick within the Forgotten Realms and do like another game in the Forgotten Realms world, then I hope they do manage to find someone who will put in the same time and effort and care that Larian did. Honestly, in my opinion, I would kind of like to see a digital game version, like a 3D realm space game version of some of their like their official what's the term I'm thinking of? Their official campaigns. I know they did I don't know if it's an official campaign of Frost Maiden. I don't think it is, because Frost Maiden is relatively new, I think, in comparison to the game Icewind Dale. I would like to see, you know, games of their like Descent into Avernus, Waterdeep, Icewind Dale. I would like to see actual like video games of their legitimate campaigns and everything. I think that'd be really cool. Oh my god, especially Curse of Strahd. Oh, I'd love a Curse of Strahd game. That'd be amazing, dude. I'd love to see that. I think that'd be pretty cool. And it is a shame that if they ever went down that route, I don't think Larian would be the ones to produce it, because I do think that they could do an amazing job at making their campaigns into games, like more than just a tabletop game, like an actual physical game. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know if that's ever going to be on Wizards of the Coast's like list. Maybe with how good Baldur's Gate 3 did, it could be. We don't know. Because, you know, a lot of those campaigns have pre-made characters, villains, NPCs, and everything. And on one hand, I could see some players being a little disgruntled about it due to the fact that maybe they already feel that these characters have very particular personalities and voices and everything that might clash with what the game studio might give them. But I don't know. I think that would be an interesting choice for Wizards of the Coast to maybe dip their toes into.
Well, why?
But
I'm kidding.
no, I don't know. That's just me. I haven't really played much of their official campaigns. I've only played a little bit of Curse of Strahd, and I've completed Icewind Dale once, and that was a really good one. I really liked Icewind Dale. Is that the name of it actually? I can't remember.
Double checking.
No, it's Rime of the Frost Maiden?
No, I'm in the.
Yeah, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. That's their like book campaign. And then there is a D&D game from Black Isle Studios that was made back in 2000 that is Icewind Dale that I think it takes place in the same setting. Obviously, it's Forgotten Realms. It's the same area as Rime of the Frost Maiden because Icewind Dale is like a setting up in the mountains, but I think the campaign is different from Rime of the Frost Maiden's campaign. I've never played it, but I'm 90% sure it's probably different because Rime of the Frost Maiden, I think, came out in 2020. My God, that's 4 years old already. 2020. So yeah, it's definitely a different campaign. I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'm gonna double check. Okay, well, for one, it's second edition rule set, so already it's different. Yeah, it's definitely a different plot. It's a different plot. But anyway, I think that'd be pretty interesting. But that's just me because I'm a big ass D&D dork.
We'll say, like, there's two things people have been pointing out ever since that news came out. Is one, they already said they weren't gonna do DLC for the game, like near the beginning when the game first came out. And
they're not a studio that tends to do DLC. They didn't really do DLC for their other two games.
Yeah, like it's just their track record, and so far has been going good.
Yeah, well, because that's the thing. They release games that are relatively beefy in content. Like they pretty much give you the game like they're supposed to, like how it was. They give you the whole game. Yeah, they had like the pre-order bundle and everything where you can get cosmetics and like some extra songs, but it's not something that like you would need to complete the game. And those cosmetics and weapons they were like, the cosmetics were just things to make you look pretty. And then I think you got a rapier, so you could have a fancy sword in the beginning, but it's not like it was some end game item that you could complete the game with. You could if you wanted to, but it wasn't like it broke the game or anything. Like they did that, and they had the collector's edition, but no, Larian isn't really known for doing DLC, which is why I'm not surprised that they came out and said, no, we're not making a DLC for it. I don't know how true this statement is, but I have seen it floating around that apparently they were thinking about it, but then they realized it didn't have the same heart and energy as when they made Baldur's Gate 3. And I like I said, I don't know if this is true, but if it is true, honestly, that's good that they realized that this wasn't a DLC. This wasn't extra content being made with love and care. This was a DLC to appease the masses. And a lot of times when you end up doing that, you kind of end up pissing the masses off more than actually appeasing them.
Oh,
so what was your second thing?
The second thing was in terms of hold up, I just lost my train of thought.
It's fine.
Boo! Boo!
Oh, shut up.
Robbie's gonna hear this in the recording later for sure. It's like, this.
I'm hearing it now, the future, and in the past. Angel, I'm hearing this at 3 separate points in time.
Because we were talking about the DLC.
Would you have to ask the questions to be like, wait
yes,
a minute,
I'm having trouble here.
It was along the lines of like the last thing you were talking about is like, the DLC and everything and how they're, we were talking about how they don't tend to do that.
Yeah.
Like they're keeping to their track record essentially.
Oh, and I hope this is what I said earlier. If not, well, I'm just a dumb bitch.
That's okay. So am I.
We're all dumb bitches.
It's the fact that even though this game came out, it's fully complete. It's literally done, and they're still updating it. Like they did 2 big updates earlier. Mm-hmm. One specifically in the romancing, and the other fixing certain things. I haven't really double checked into that update because it still hasn't fully downloaded yet.
Oof.
But
no, it's okay. I haven't seen the updates that they've added to the end game either because I haven't gotten it.
But regardless what happens, they're still updating the game itself, so it's still going to be a different experience depending on what time you play this game. You can play this game later on and have that experience, or you're somebody who already been having the game since launch but going through it again in a different view. Certain things are not the same anymore.
Exactly. That's honestly why I haven't beaten it yet, because I would play it and then I'd take a small break either to not burn myself out or to play other things or just work. My life got swamped with work and everything, and then I'd hear they came out with a big update that changed something, and then I'd restart because I'm like, okay, I want to see these new changes. That's why I haven't beat the game yet, because they would add new content and like, shit, I want to see this new content. Like when they released the Valentine's Day stuff, I was just like, like, I'm so tempted to restart.
I'm so tempted to restart. Well,
But, like,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
save
thing.
that for the second playthrough of mine. I'm just going through with my first one currently and see those changes from that point of view, and then all again.
I was gonna say, yeah, like that is something that, like, you know, you're right. They released a completed game, and when they brought out these updates where they added new content and everything, they didn't have to do that. And honestly, I feel like that's a perfectly fine substitute for the fact of they are not doing DLC, because they didn't have to, you know, add these updates to the end where, like, I think they added a new ending for one of the characters in the end. You know, they added a whole epilogue scene portion and everything. They updated and improved some of the romance scenes and everything. They didn't have to do that because the game was already completed, but they knew that their fans wanted that, and they realized, it's like for me, honestly, best way I can put it, an example of myself. When I draw something and then I look at it and I'm like, oh, I don't like how that looks. I'm gonna, like, you know, redo it or add something to it. When a writer writes, you know, they write something, they let it sit, they let it boil, and then they go back to it and they're like, oh, after rereading it or having someone else read through it, they're like, I can add this and this and back instead, or take away. Well, they didn't take away anything, but like it's part of the creative process, and I like how they did that. And, you know, honestly, I love the fact that they did that. This doesn't say necessarily if they're done with it right now. I don't think 100% that they are fully done with updating the game, but they definitely won't be adding, like, paid content, which is fine. That's completely fine. Are they probably close to being done with updating the game? That's entirely possible. I don't know. No one really knows. They didn't release that in the conference. But I mean, the game was completed at launch pretty much, and then they've added stuff. I don't know what else they could add aside from,
stability, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if they updated at this point, I think it would just be bug fixes and everything, and maybe balancing if there happens to still be a couple issues like that.
Updated or added dialogues.
Yeah, but like at this point, I don't think there's anything more that can be done to the game. And honestly, from the start, I didn't think they would add DLC, because what would they add? The whole plot is already on like a bit of a time crunch, not like in-game mechanic, but like the whole plot itself is already on a time crunch. Your characters wouldn't necessarily have the time to go do a whole other side campaign, side mission and everything that most, because, you know, a good DLC you should be able to spend at least, I'd say minimum an hour and a half to 2 hours minimum. Maximum, I'd say 4 to 5, give or take. And
that goes to the discussion of like the possibility of an Act 4 for Baldur's Gate 3. But now with the recent news, it's not going to happen. But
I don't think it needed an Act 4.
Like, regardless what happens, even if it's completely updated and fully freshed out, there's still going to be mod support. There's still a community of modders to add even more to the size of DLC. Hell, we got this whole fan-made DLC for this Dark Souls game that's out.
I did hear about that. There was something else. The developers are currently working on a robust and cross-platform mod support plan to accommodate the additions from the community. So yes, they will be having there already is a pretty strong mod support and modding community, but they do plan to improve this. They do plan on it being cross-platform, I guess, for one, and very robust, like a mod support plan. So they are thinking of that, and that will be something that they are like
at that point when a game has everything you need and also getting support for mods, it's just like Skyrim, it's just not going to go away for a while. It's gonna stay for a good bit, because something new may pop up, something you can always try out, certain things you can put together, like it's endless possibilities.
Oh yeah, and honestly, especially if the fact that like they're just gonna then, once they're done, once they have fully stated we are done with Baldur's Gate, we have done everything we can, we will still continue to, you know, provide support here and there, especially, you know, if they're gonna, with the modding stuff, that's perfect, because they're not gonna pull a Bethesda where they're gonna constantly be pumping out shit for it that isn't necessary and just milking that poor little cash cow. That's fine. One other thing, yeah, honestly, but one thing that they did release with this is they did release an early design of Asterion. He was supposed to be a tiefling, apparently.
Oh yeah.
They released a screenshot of one of their earlier designs of Asterion, and he was going to be a black-haired, yellow-eyed tiefling. Honestly, I kind of prefer his current design. I like his white hair and everything. His looks as a high elf. I like current Asterion. I don't really care for old Asterion.
And besides, there was too many tieflings. I think we had our fill of tieflings.
Yeah, but I mean, if
Character as a tiefling too.
honestly, but there were a lot of tieflings, but it did kind of fit because, you know, the plot of the campaign pretty much takes place either pretty much in tandem with the descent into Avernus, which is why, like I said, I would like to see their physical book campaigns as a video game, just due to the fact that Baldur's Gate references descent into Avernus. I've never played that campaign. I'd love to. I hear it's really good. I've never played it personally, but like that's why I would kind of like to see it, because they've already referenced it. You already have the world built and everything. You just have to get together and make it. But I know that's difficult. I've never done video game making, but I know it's difficult. One of my friends went to college for it and he says it's an ass pain. And my significant other is trying to do Blender, and watching him do it, it looks like an ass pain. I get it. It's hard.
And that's okay.
But that's pretty much all I really have to say on the subject. It's sad to see it, but it was kind of a long, it was inevitability. I knew it was coming. Was I sad? Yes. But I'm not
let's leave it with a high note because it's not dead yet.
Exactly.
Thank you, modders. Thank you, modding community.
Of course, it's not dead. It probably won't die for a long time. And the fact that it's going to maintain a healthy presence is perfectly fine. But anyway, that's all I have to say on Baldur's Gate 3 and its longevity, essentially.
You didn't think you could escape our new format without me sitting us down in the editing room and talking about something that I want to talk about, did ya? This is going to be a short one, but there's two trailers I really want to talk about. First, I want to talk about I Saw the TV Glow, and then I want to talk about the Zenshu trailer. And these are two different series coming out, one being an anime and one being an A24 series, but both seemingly following the themes of being lost in media, with one being lighthearted and the other one being quite dark. I Saw the TV Glow is a live-action series about an old cartoon called The Pink Opaque, where it's your classic lighthearted show from the childhood era. But things do take a dark turn, and it's your classic teen group of friends that are bonded by this weird, otherworldly show about more teens using their abilities to defeat a monster of the week, and there seems to be overarching themes of an eeriness to the show about it pulling the viewers in, both in terms of its captivating feel and it feeling more real life than real life, but also leading to those who watch it eventually go missing with just a broken, burning TV set remaining. It's a pretty chilling and interesting concept. It's got some great, beautiful music and some awesome cinematography, so check it out whenever you get a chance. And to something more lighthearted, we got Zenshu. It's an anime all about the production of anime and the visuals that are shown off for this anime that the main character is creating are just unbelievable. Our main character, Hirose Natsuko, is an employee at an anime studio fresh out of high school, and she slowly works up the ranks to becoming director. There are absolutely gorgeous animations shown off in this trailer, beautiful music to complement the wondrous visions of the anime she's creating, and from what the trailer shows off, there are underlying themes of her being the one person who is passionate enough to push the project despite her team members wanting to help out. And I think it's going to be a really interesting show to learn about the overarching themes of how an anime is produced. I think it's a great opportunity to show off how anime come to be, because I know a lot of people just view anime as just this form of television, but the intricacies of the behind the scenes of it is just unbelievable. So I really suggest Zenshu along with I Saw the TV Glow. Both of them are coming out soon, and that's all I wanted to talk about. Now I will give it back to my friends to take us out of this episode. I think that's all we have for everything for today. So firstly, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and listening, especially to our new format as we move into this new quote-unquote era. But I've talked about it being another season, but Subset is vehement that it is just one continuous season, much like wrestling. All right, thought you were going to interject then, but I guess I'll just continue. Thank you so much for everyone to... I already said that. Jesus Christ.
Again. Again.
If you're listening on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. For those of you listening on CJSW, check out all the amazing stuff they've got going on. And I'd like to thank all my wonderful friends for taking the time out of their days to talk about all the things we like to talk about. Starting with Menace.
Oh yeah, always a good time.
And Subset.
Hey, yo.
And Gemini.
A pleasure as always.
This has been our, yeah.
Boo! Get off the stage!
Have a great day, everybody. It's been wonderful. And we will all see you in the next one. Farewell.
Bye-bye.
Hey, yo.
Bye.
Get back in the fucking editor's closet.
Go back in there.
Get in there.